the Mohnesee Dam, the first dam to be bombed and breached by the great Dambuster raid in 1943, 77 years ago. Guy Gibson led his bombardiers to this place. They approached over this way, a little spit of land. They had a short distance, travelling at 300 kilometers an hour to get down to 60 feet of the water. And 300 meters out from the dam, they dropped their bomb, which skimmed and bounced its way along till it hit the dam below, between these two great towers, which were firing on the airplanes. And after about 4 or 5 attempts, it burst the dam and the water flowed out. There was a power station here, but it's gone now. It was never rebuilt, but the water flowed out and flooded the Ruhr valley all the way to Dortmund and beyond. On the 16th of May 1943, 77 years ago, Guy Gibson fired up his Lancaster's 4 Rolls-Royce Merlin engines. So did all his aircraft in the first and second wave of bombers now we know as the Dambusters raid. It was 9:15 p.m. 3 hours and 5 minutes later, at 20 past midnight on the 17th of May, his crew reached the Mohnesee Dam. They approached over the Corbeck road bridge, which spanned the lake further up. After one circuit to recce the dam and to take a look around, Gibson made his first approach. Over the high ground, avoid the promontory, the land sticking out there in the centre, then plunge down, down, down to 60 feet above the waterline. Line up the 2 towers with tracer fire, bullets coming off the 2 towers and the field surrounding, lighting up the sky from the flak guns. Down a bit, steady, steady, right, right, mine gone. Gibson hit the target with his very first attempt. He then flew alongside the other aircraft that were coming in to do their bombs, to divert the flak off them. It took 4 mines, as the bomb was called. It was a bomb mine. It took 4 to do the trick and to breach this dam here at Mohnesee. The flak guns had been dispatched by then, and so all was quiet after that attack, except for the roar of water escaping through the broken dam. After raucous celebrations from the crews at the success of breaching the dam here, Gibson called the task force back to the job in hand. Those who had dropped their bombs already, he ordered to return to Scampton in Lincolnshire. The rest he led off towards the Eder Dam, which is 50 miles to the southeast and 14 minutes flying time from here. And that's where I'm going next. When they got here, they found the Eder Dam was covered in a blanket of fog, and the target was hard to find. But Gibson found it first, and he dropped a flare and directed all the other pilots to the target. At 24 years of age, Gibson was a truly exceptional leader. He was a man among many RAF bomber pilots, but he truly had crafted his skill and had borne tremendous amounts of pressure and responsibility on this very one special operation. He and his crews had 2 targets. They hit them first time, and they were 100% successful in their mission that day. They only did this mission one time. Edersee was a much more difficult target to hit. It was a similar dam to the Mohnesee Dam, but a much smaller area to come into, geographically speaking. There's a castle on the hill just behind, and they had to fly in over that castle. Then they had to bank steeply to their left and drop down, down, down. There was no flak guns at this target, so the pilots were able to make a number of attempted runs before they did the real thing. Flying heavy bombers had to drop down, steeply down, 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 turn sharply and line up the target. Flying at exactly 390 kilometers per hour, dropping their bombs exactly 390 meters away from the dam wall. This gave them about 15 or 20 seconds to get everything right before they dropped their bombs. Then it was mine gone, mine gone. Dropping their upkeep bouncing bomb. Then climb, climb, climb to get away from the hills on the opposite side of the dam. 2 successful hits here did not seem to make any difference to the dam, and then Gibson flew alongside the 3rd aircraft coming in, and he had a perfect bird's eye view of the run. After all the training, after months of preparation and secrecy, Gibson flew alongside and watched as the cylinder-shaped, massive drum-shaped bomb dropped from the bottom of the adjoining aircraft, revolving in a backwards direction as it fell, skimming along the top of the water till it came right to the back of the dam, hitting the wall and then sinking down on the water side of the dam. Gibson watched as it sank and then detonated, sending a massive burst of water up into the air. He watched as if a giant hand was pushing through cardboard, and the dam gave way. After breaching the dam at Eder, also, all the returning aircraft flew back over the Mohnesee Dam on their way home, just to see the damage that they had inflicted. A silver ribbon of floodwater spread out over the valley below the Mohnesee Dam. Water from the Mohnesee swept away all before it westwards towards Dortmund and the industrial heartland of Germany. Railways, roads, farmland, houses, water, telephone, power supplies were all affected for weeks to come. For years the British had been considering a low-level attack on Germany's industrial dams, with the Moher, Sorpe and Eder high on the list. The German High Command never instigated a retaliatory strike on British dams, which was a missed opportunity on their part. Also, they thought that an attack on their Ruhr dams was so difficult that they gave little or no resources to defend this area and these great dams. The 1955 black and white film The Dambusters covers this whole story, of course, and is really crying out for a makeover.